Hi there guys, this is Andrew from Aloha Quails, and if you want a chance to win 2 dozen hatching eggs so that you can hatch your own quails at home, stay tuned to the end of the video and we'll tell you how. Hey there guys, Andrew from Aloha Quails. Today we're going to take a look at our brooder setup. So our current indoor brooder that we're using is this big plastic tote. These are designed for fish ponds, for storing plants and stuff in. We get these from a feed store. It's about 12 to 14 inches deep. It's about 3 feet wide and about 2.5 feet deep. It's perfect for doing around 30 to 40 quails, keeping them in there for their first couple of weeks of life and getting them going. So our bedding, we use pine shavings. We put about 1 inch of pine shavings in the bottom, and as the quails grow and they make more mess, for the first couple of weeks, all we'll do is every few days we'll add in another layer of pine shavings and we'll just build that up. You don't want to get in there and dig it around. What you're going to do is put a lot of poop up in the air and it can make your quails sick. For our heat lamp, we use, this is just a regular off the shelf, you get it at the hardware store, heat reflector and bulb holder. Now the important thing to notice about the bulb holder is it's ceramic. Make sure that any bulb holder that you buy for a heat lamp is ceramic. The plastic ones will get too hot and they will melt, and you don't want that happening. The risk of fire is very, very low, but what will happen is your bulbs will go out a lot quicker, and if it happens overnight on a cold night, your 30 or 40 quail can turn into 0 quail. We've been very, very lucky. We've had bulbs go out and we tracked it back to, because originally we were using a plastic bulb holder. Since we changed to the ceramic ones, we haven't had any bulbs go out unexpectedly. Now, for a bulb, we like to use ceramic reptile bulbs that don't put off light. So this is what they look like right here. You can get these at most sort of higher end pet stores. Some feed stores have started carrying them, or you can order them on Amazon. I'll put a link below for where we buy ours. I buy them on Amazon. They're relatively cheap. They put out a good amount of heat. They're low voltage, so they don't use that much electricity, but they last a lot longer. I've yet to have one go out, and I mean, we're putting this bulb on 24 hours a day for 2 weeks sometimes, just to make sure that these guys have enough heat as they're going along. So I put my heat reflector at an angle. It projects the heat out. It allows the quails to move in and out. A lot of people lose quails to sort of heat problems because they put their reflector straight over the quails and they don't have enough room to get away. Right now, our ambient temperature is about 80 to 85 degrees during the day, dropping down to about 60 degrees at night. I am in Hawaii, so I'm very, very lucky with that. So these guys will come off heat a lot quicker than they would if it's sort of in our winter time. And you're going to laugh when I say that, you know, we get daytime temperatures of about 65. I understand, you know, other areas you guys are going to have a lot more heat problems than we do. These guys will be off heat lamp in about a week. For a feeder to start off with, I use a paper towel. Why? Because I change it out every day, sometimes twice a day. You can see they're all on it right now. And all I do is just add my feed straight onto that, let them eat off of it. When I come up to add new feed, I just change the paper towel. We give them about 1/4 of a cup at a time, just so that they don't make too much mess. And we'll give that a couple of times a day, as and when they sort of run out. Now the feed that we're using, I use game bird starter or turkey starter. It's high protein, it's at 30%. Baby quails are very, very small. They have trouble with the crumble, which is all that I can get where I am. But what I do is I take a NutriBullet or a blender. At the moment we're using the Ninja blender with the to-go cup, and that works great. I'll make another video showing you guys how this works. But basically what we do is we blend down the turkey starter, game bird starter, into a fine sort of powdery type substance. These guys will pound it. They go in there, they don't have to dig through like what they do with a crumble, trying to dig for the littlest pieces. This is a very, very, very fine powder. It's kind of like a grit. It's like a fine sand. They love it. They go nuts for it. I've never had a quail not work out how to eat it. It's just the best way to do it. And as I said, is I'll make a video, this week so that you guys can see how I do that. And once you switch to doing it for your chicks, you will never do it any other way. You won't pay for starter, which is more expensive. You'll just buy your regular food and keep them on it all year long. For a waterer, a lot of people say that you can only put a water bowl in there with marbles or sand or gravel in it, so that they don't drown or they don't get wet. I've never had a problem with the way that I do it. If you've done it this way and you've had problems, I'm sorry to hear that. I've never had a problem. So what I use is, I use the mason jar waterer, but it's the very, very narrow one. So there's no room for them to get all the way in there. There's no room for them to get wet. It's about 1/4 of an inch deep. You can get them on Amazon. I will put a link in there, and all I do is put a mason jar on it. I think we're using the quart jars, I want to say. I'm really bad with the sizes of these jars. But the jar, we change the water at least once a day, and we add a tablespoon of vinegar at least to the jar, and we also have a garlic clove somewhere in there. And that garlic clove, we just basically peel the garlic, cut both ends off and drop it in. And it fortifies them. Garlic has antiviral properties, as does the apple cider vinegar, so it will help give your quails that boost. I have a wire mesh in here. The wire mesh goes underneath my waterer. It gives it something more stable to sit on than just trying to sit it on top of the pine shavings. But what it also does is, as the quails walk up onto it, it stops the pine shavings being dragged into the water and making a mess. I've been doing it this way since I started. I can't for the life of me remember where I seen it. It may have been Justin Rhodes. Actually, I believe it was him that did it with his chicks or his turkeys, and I've just been doing it since I've seen that video, and it works wonders. So no more pine shavings in the water bowl. Even if you do it the bowl method with the marbles, put a piece of wire mesh under it. It's the most awesome thing in the world, and it will save you having to clean your water 600 times a day. So what else is special about our brooder? Not much. I have it in a spare bedroom, so I have a tarp to try and keep some of the dust inside. I have it raised off the ground, so currently this is sitting about waist height. It means I'm not constantly trying to get down on the ground, so I can work with them. It's very, very easy to work with. The plastic's very, very easy to clean when I'm finished. I just literally take my quails out, put them where they're going, take my reusable parts off, so my mesh, my waterer, and my heat lamp off, and that goes to be sanitized and put away. And then the pine shavings will just get dumped in my compost pile. Spray it down with a hose, wipe it down with a Clorox wipe, leave it in the sun for a few hours to dry, put it away. Next time I want to use it, same thing. Rinse it down, wipe it down with a Clorox wipe, leave it in the sun for a few hours to sanitize, and then it's ready to go again. So if you have any questions about how we do our brooder, or if you guys have any questions about brooding quails, let me know. Put it in the comments below, and I'll try to answer all the questions that we get. Hi there guys, thanks for watching. If you want your chance to win 2 dozen of our hatching eggs, what you can do is comment in the video below and subscribe. Once we hit 100 subscribers, we will mail out to a random person picked from the commenters 2 dozen quail eggs. These quail eggs will be picked fresh and mailed out to you as soon as possible to make sure that they get to you in the best quality. The eggs that you'll get will be our rainbow quail mix, and what that means is we basically pick eggs at random from our different cages and send you a bunch of different ones. So from in there, you're going to get a bunch of different Cornix colors. You're going to get some Jumbo Theros. You might get some Texas A&M. It's basically whoever's laying right now that you're going to get. So once again, don't forget to comment below and subscribe to this video for your chance to win. This has been Aloha Quails. Have a good day.